Oh, man. Oh, ew, shit. Yeah, man, this is like one of the first books that I fucking, this is like one of the first books and authors that got me into anything creative. I actually have this cover tattooed on my arm.
I'll tell you what, man, if you ever get into a rut, take this, you know.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That is ill. That is ill, man. Bedtime reading. Oh, wow. You are the only... You found this. That's fucking, look. When you're YouTubing Mac Miller interviews and this pops up and you watch it and you're like, oh, man, that was a dope interview. Where should I go to check out other interviews like this? Go to musicsmylife.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Damon Campbell with musicsmylife.com here at Headliners in Toledo, Ohio with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up, man? Mac Miller here, polo bucket on, you know what I'm saying? Polo life for real. Cozy polo blanket.
Well, Mac, it's great to see you again, man. Definitely appreciate your time.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I was just congratulating you on your new album, Watching Movies with the Sound Off.
Yeah.
And I know that there have been a number of movies that have impacted your life thus far, from Kids to How High, the list goes on. But what about Nacho Libre? Didn't that play a pretty pivotal role as well?
Yeah, dude. I lost my virginity to that movie.
Was it something that you just threw on, or did it just happen to be on?
I don't know. It wasn't planned. Like, I wasn't like, time to have sex, Nacho Libre. But it was just on, and it happened. So, thank you, Jack Black. Appreciate it.
Exactly. And not to delve too far into the topic, but the album's opening track is, of course, The Star Room.
Yeah.
And I understand that that's actually a real place that even has to do with lost virginity, among other things.
Yeah, some people lost their virginity in that room. I got my first blowjob in that room.
So a great room, sounds like.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a sexual room. I mean, at times it was, but it was a room that we just got really high in.
Yeah, memorable room.
Yeah, it had the stars. We call it a star room because there were the stars on the ceiling that when we turn the lights off, stars.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of stars, I also understand that the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star played a somewhat significant role in your musical upbringing.
Yeah, man. That's the song that made me want to start playing the piano because I had a friend who came over. His name was Eric Johnson. He came over and he played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on his little keyboard I had. At that moment,
you got it for like Christmas or something like that?
I don't know how I got it, but at that moment I realized that I needed to play the piano.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And here we are up above the world on the Space Migration tour.
Yeah.
Up above the world so high. And but your first time performing though, wasn't it actually at Emma Kaufman camp at one of the Shabbat concerts?
Yeah, dude. I went to camp and I was when I was 8, we had this thing called Shabbat Concert, which was like a talent show. And I went up and I kicked some bars.
Is it true that it wasn't even like technically your own song? Like you
Yes.
got it from a friend's older brother?
Yeah, yes. I stole the lyrics. See, Mac Miller, they're always stealing people's stuff, man. You know me.
Was it Beatty by chance or who was it?
No. It was Dylan Reynolds' older brother.
Oh, really?
Actually. Yeah.
That's great.
He had left some lyrics on a laptop, and I took them and changed them around and made them mine.
And here you are today.
I was 8, man.
Yeah. And
Can't hate.
Speaking of rapping along to other people's lyrics, for those who don't know, what's the significance of Outkast's Aquemini album?
Yeah, Aquemini was is like probably the first hip hop album I listened to. And yeah, I have this memory of locking myself in my grandma's room where there was a CD player and taking out the lyric sheets and trying to rap along to Aquemini. Yeah, it was difficult, man.
Yeah. To your credit, though, you had been doing some writing of your own by that time, and not just songs, but like, didn't you even write some sort of autobiography when you were like 6?
Yeah, dude. When I was 6, I wrote an autobiography that my grandma still has.
Does she?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of like creative writing and stuff when I was younger. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I always like to write stories.
Right.
It's fun.
And speaking of putting your life down on paper, I saw that you wrote your will recently, and God forbid, of course, but
yeah.
It's reassuring to know that if something were to happen, you're at least somewhat prepared. And on that note, what's the significance of Biggie's Ready to Die album?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Shut up. You shut. Why don't you smell? You know that? Get it out of the fridge.
Earl Sweatshirt, everybody.
Yeah, no, I have Ready to Die. There was just one time I got mad at my parents and ran away from home and listened to Ready to Die in an alley.
And started like even writing lyrics.
Yeah, I was writing raps.
And you may have run away from that fight, but you're certainly not one to shy away from a little competition. And I can think of a number of examples, but is it true that you and Will Dzombak, or perhaps better known to some as Gangsta Will from Taylor Gang, went against each other in a battle of the bands when you were younger?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was in 8th grade, and there was this battle of the bands, and my band beat his band. Bitch.
were you in, was that with the Funky Chickens, or?
No, we were called Jesus Action Figure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was our band name.
That's awesome. And here you are now as a solo act, although not entirely, because you have your producing name, Larry Fisherman, as well as your jazz alter ego, Larry Lovestein, which isn't even too far of a stretch, is it? Because didn't you take like a jazz course in high school, and when you were little, your mom would take you to jazz concerts in the park?
Yeah, when I was a little kid, there was this park down the street from my house that used to have jazz concerts, and my mom and dad used to take me there, watch them. I remember we went to a few of them, and then I took a history of jazz class in high school, which was cool.
Yeah,
jazz is tight.
Definitely. And your first big concert though was Coldplay.
Yeah, I think that was the first really big one. It was either Coldplay or Dave. I think it was Coldplay, though.
Okay.
I just remember smoking a bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, smoking bowls, baby.
And I found that especially interesting because I know you were kind of neck and neck with them on iTunes a while back before taking the top spot. And on a related note, I'd also like to congratulate you on Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family becoming the number one original series debut on MTV2. But
yeah, that was tight.
Yeah, and your own personal television debut, though, wasn't it actually on Pittsburgh's JPB TV?
Yeah, dude, when I was 15, there was this Pittsburgh local network, and there was a woman that goes by the name of the Button Pusher. And I messaged her on MySpace and asked her for some advice. And she asked me if I want to be on the show. So, yeah, I rapped on the TV. Local Pittsburgh. My mom got me a fitted for the occasion that said Mac on it.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And going back to the MTV show for a minute, there was the episode where you guys went fishing. And I don't know if you actually ended up eating any of it or not, but if so, how did that compare to the time you ate fish at Jazzy Jeff's house?
Oh, yeah, dude. I did, yeah. First of all, the fish out on the boat was fucking incredible. Because it was like, just like, this, the act of catching and then eating what you caught.
Yeah.
But it was just a very good-ass
fish. Sense
fish.
Of pride. Like,
yeah,
you caught this.
It was awesome. But the Jeff, you know, I did have some fish at Jazzy Jeff's house, and that was awesome,
Did he whip it up himself?
Yeah, he did. I think it was leftovers that his lady made that he heated up for the boy.
Yeah. And before we wrap it up here, fish is one thing, and I know that sushi is your favorite food, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But Chinese is probably most significant to your career, is it not?
Chinese food?
Particularly maybe a stop at a Chinese restaurant?
What, I might be high. You might know more than I do about my own shit. Wait, what happened with Chinese restaurants?
Was it that where you guys went before you inked the deal with Rostrum?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is right. Yeah. Me and Benji went and got Chinese food. That was where we had our meeting to talk about the deal.
Do you remember where it was at or not really?
I forget where it was at. I think no one else was there but us.
Okay.
It was tight. I forget what it was called. But yeah, that was a fun day. Young 18-year-old me. Maybe I might have been 17 at the time.
Okay. Well, lastly, man, you've certainly come a long way since then. And I know I asked you this last time, as I do with everyone that I interview, but lots happened in the last couple of years. So at this point in your career, do you still consider music your life?
Yeah, dude, for sure. Of course. I think I would hope that it would be my life forever. But you never know, I might take up dance or theater or gymnastics. But for now, it's music. I definitely 100%.
Thank you so much for your time. It's great
Always
chatting
a pleasure,
with you.
man.
Best wishes with everything coming your way. Is there
Thank
anything
you,
else
man.
you want to say to the people out there watching?
Buy the album. Yeah, there you go.
There you have it. Once again, I'm Damon Campbell, and this is Mac Miller. Thanks for watching.